Welcome to the first official episode of The Good Influence. I'm Chelsea.
I'm Kelby.
I'm Suzanne.
And I'm Francesca.
This is so exciting, guys.
This is so exciting.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for forever and we're here. How was everyone's weekend? I know, Francesca just got back in from Telluride. How was that?
It was good. You know, the conditions weren't ideal. The snow wasn't falling the way we wanted it to, but it's always relaxing to
Did you
get away.
get on the snow?
Yeah, we got out there, but it wasn't, they had like 2 runs open. There's like a whole like ski patrol strike thing that's happening too. So they're figuring it out. The snow needs to fall in order for us to
100%. Dude, so I'm going in like a week and I'm like hoping they're going to figure it out by then. Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's still fun.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Yeah.
It's always fun going to the mountains.
Always.
And then Suze, you just got back from Vegas?
Las
How was
Vegas.
Vegas? Yeah,
we did nothing but lose money. That's okay.
No, you
That's
won.
okay.
You won 12 cents or 14 cents.
I did. I won like $1.15 total.
And hell yeah.
But yeah, you know, I think that like you just have to lose and next time we'll win. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's just, it evens out.
You gotta lose a couple times to appreciate the wins.
Yeah, I gotta show the casino that I'm just here for the love of the game.
100%. Just keep playing your little heart out. Wait, okay, so sorry, Chelsea, how was your weekend?
Well, everyone else had a great weekend, but I had a flat tire. So that's how my weekend went.
So
You have something every time you go to Fort Worth.
yeah, I'm not going to Fort. Caitlin, if you're watching this, I love you, but I can't do it again. Can't do it. 3rd time's a charm, and we don't know what's going to happen.
we'll stay in Dallas,
Yes.
baby. We're Dallas babies.
What about you, birthday
Very
girl?
chill.
How was
Oh my
your
God,
birthday
yeah,
weekend?
It's my birthday weekend. Guys, so chill. It's 29, so I'm like,
Last week,
I'm just gonna
last
forget
year
it.
of your 20s.
I know, but
how
I'm
do you
just
feel
gonna
about it?
pretend that it didn't happen. I'm 21 forever. Next year I'll go big for 30, but 29 I'm like, eh. So we stayed at home. We did find this game. Guys, have you seen the trending game? It's like word on beat, and like you try to say the words really fast. It's
yes.
like the
Beat the
cat,
word.
cat, dog, dog. Yeah, beat the
No,
word.
I haven't done it yet, but like I'll sit on TikTok and I'll try to like be
so
like,
funny.
okay, I can do it, and then it's so hard.
Yeah, so
hard.
I had Andrew do it. Guys, I've never seen him more frustrated in his entire life. Let's do it. Like, can we pull the game up?
let's
Could we play it right now? Sweet. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's see who's going to go first.
Oh gosh, we're starting with giraffe? That's really hard.
There we go. Now I can hear everybody.
Oh,
Okay, let's try Francesca.
Oh,
I can't hear it though. Can we hear it? Oops. Dear, dear, ear, dear, dear, ear. Tear, tear, year, tear, tear, year. Dear, tear, year, dear.
Honestly, that was pretty damn good.
Medium.
my turn?
Yes, Suze.
Santa, panda. I'm off to a rough start. Fanta. Panda.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Go. Santa.
It started, I couldn't catch it. Okay. Panda.
Hell yeah, Suze. I like that Chelsea's getting hard.
Let's go, Chelsea.
What? You got this.
Elf. 12.
Woo!
What is that?
Shelf. No, sorry. Elf. 12. Elf 12. Shelf chef. Oh my, elf shelf.
Guys, hitting the beat. That's my forte.
Shelf 12. Chef. Elf. Shelf.
Come on.
Guys,
Elf,
it's hard.
shelf, 12, shelf.
No.
I am honestly shocked by that, Chelsea.
I got hard.
Okay,
All right,
wait, we gotta go in.
need one more.
We gotta go in.
We need one more.
Oh my god.
She's gonna
let
get
me show
easy.
y'all how it's done.
Oh,
Let me show
she's
you how
gonna get
it's done.
easy.
Dear, ear. Tear, year. Dear, ear. Tear, year. Guys, I've done this once or twice. Dear, year.
Ooh, that was good.
She said, let me show you how it's done
Guys.
easy.
Yeah, she did
Go,
easy.
go.
Santa. Panda.
Come on.
Panda.
I need you to have more oomph.
There's no panda.
More oomph.
Panda. Santa.
Come on. Santa, panda, Fanta, panda, panda, Santa, Fanta, Santa.
There we go, Francesca.
Panda, Fanta, Santa, Fanta, panda, Fanta, Santa, panda.
Francesca said, hold my
Santa,
beat.
Santa.
I said, you know what? I can't take this anymore.
Suzanne.
Okay. Elf, 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 12, 12, 12, 12.
Bring it home, baby.
Shelf, shelf, chef, chef, elf, elf, 12, 12. Woo! Elf, 12, shelf, chef, 12. Oh,
Yes, yes.
God. Shelf, 12, chef, elf, shelf, 12, chef. Yes, yes.
Honestly,
yes.
killed
the
it.
shelf
Killed
chef
it.
is
Shelf chef is hard.
shelf.
Yeah, they have
Chef.
one
Well,
out there.
And then it's like 12 doesn't, I'm like, 12 doesn't really
It's hard to get to the part of the
The
next
Cinderella
word.
mozzarella one is the hardest.
Cinderella mozzarella
Cinderella
is
mozzarella.
like, you can't even do it. There's no way possible.
Too many syllables.
Too many syllables. Yeah. It's insane. They also have one that's like moon, spoon, balloon, raccoon.
Baboon.
Yeah, that took Andrew out.
Love.
I loved it. I loved it. Now that we're all nice and warm. Well, yeah. Well, welcome to The Good Influence. Since this is the first episode, I think it'd be fun if we kind of did like brief introductions just so that way you guys got to know us a little bit. Yeah. So, Francesca,
start?
do you want to take it away?
Let's go FCKS.
FCKS.
All
Let's do
right.
it.
What's up, guys? I'm Francesca.
Hi, Francesca.
Hi. You know, I'm the other half of FK Body, F and FK Body. Grew up in South Florida, so was a dancer my whole life. That's why like hitting the beat with my workouts just like scratches this itch in my brain that like dancers you can understand. Yeah, have been moving my whole life. Got into CrossFit, went to Baylor for college, graduated, moved to Dallas, worked corporate, did an agency life for like almost 3 years. Then I was in a consulting firm for almost 5 years. Just recently quit that, going all in on FK Body. You guys know the deal. That's me. Quick nutshell.
I love it so much. Wait, you went to college
In Baylor. At Baylor in Waco.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. So why did you move Miami all the way to Waco?
So yeah, South Florida. Wait, I really wanted to go out of state. Like that was like everyone from high school was going to like one of the Florida schools. So really wanted to go out of state. Started applying to a couple different schools out of state. Baylor had like a really good like financial aid program. So I went to go see it and everything was amazing and fun. And I was like, you know what? This is the place for me. So
I hear it's a beautiful campus there.
it's cool. It's cool. It's very different. I wanted different. So
Yeah. Getting away from the family just far enough.
and like my
Yeah.
friends and stuff. So yeah, you know.
Yeah, that's the best. And then you got into an agency life.
I was in a recruiting agency.
How did you decide to go for recruiting?
How
after
does
graduating?
anyone? It falls into your lap, right? Like you don't really.
you're young, I
when
feel
you're
like
young,
that's
yeah, you
just-
don't like.
yeah.
I didn't go to school for recruiting. I majored in like corporate communication, PR, and PR. So like
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to do something with people. I talk a lot. It's fun for me. When I graduated, I started taking interviews. I had a bunch of different like recruiting agencies reach out to me. There was one specific in Dallas that I had a great interview with them, and I really liked the MD there at the time. He talked me into it and really played to like what I was looking for. He spoke to me about, played into like what I was looking for, right? I wanted to work with people. I think recruiting's a really great first job. If you can learn how to do recruiting, you can really go into anything. Like it teaches you how to cold call and to just like work with different types of people all the time. So, yeah, it wasn't like my passion or anything like that. And just, you know, agency life, girl.
I know agency
Yeah,
life.
we'll
for sure.
get into that.
It's pretty crazy. So then what made you pivot into fitness?
Oh God, I was always into fitness. So, I mean, grew up a dancer literally my whole life. I was doing all sorts of dance. When I went to college, I was a gym rat. One of my roommates actually was like a bodybuilder. So she was awesome and taught me a lot about like personal training, things to do in the gym. But yeah, no, I did CrossFit for a really long time. So I was always like moving my body. If I wasn't dancing, I was in the gym. And then, you know, I took my first sculpt class and fell in love, like working out, because it is like very much a strength focused class, but like working out to the beat of the music, that was like the game changer for me, which like
So fun.
So much fun. So
Yeah. So gym rat goes mat rat, as you say.
Exactly. Gym rat turned mat rat. So here we are.
I love it. Well, we love having you here.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Chelsea.
I am next. So I'm the oldest of the group. I'm the grandma.
Hey, Grandma. Hey, Grandma.
I was born in Indiana, moved here when I was 3. I like Francesca. I grew up in like sports, but I did soccer, I ran track, I did swimming, did a little bit of everything, really stuck with soccer, played that in high school, played club. If you guys ever played club sports,
Oh, yeah.
God bless my parents because they drove me everywhere and anywhere after school, spent so much money on club. I appreciate you guys for that. And then I went off to college. I played soccer at Central Arkansas. played about a half a semester. You guys know, if you follow me on Instagram, I've always talked about it. I got a back injury. So I've been dealing with that for about 14 years. Then after college, I came back home, started working the corporate life. I'm about a decade into it, but I don't know how much longer it's going to be. Wink. We'll get into that. And then fitness has always been a part of me. I've done 75 hard 3 times. I've ran 3 half marathons. I've done high rocks. I think of myself as just kind of the tough loving older sister. Like, I kind of tell it how it is. And that's really where I am. I've always been in fitness and took a leap on the content, and it's kind of changed my life. So that's where I really want to go long term.
Everybody needs that older sister advice. You got to have it a little tough sometimes, and that's the way it works.
Tough love gets you way farther than someone just patting you on the back and saying, you know what, good job.
But you do always have the best advice. You always have the best advice.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a little tough at times, but I think the best way, my motto for anything is the only way you can do it is if you show up for yourself. It doesn't matter if it's 100%, 1%, but if you show up for yourself, I promise you'll get exactly where you need to be.
I love that. Yeah, something that we always say too, especially at FK Body, is like the hardest part is just getting there, just showing up, just like you said. Yeah,
no, so seriously.
It's literally just get there.
That's
just press play on the video.
Important decision you can make. If you want to go to the gym, go for 5 minutes. Go to get a stretch in and then see how you feel. And most likely you are going to stay there and get that workout on.
Yeah, you get motivated. It just gets the ball rolling. I love that. Yeah. I do want to ask, so I know you said that you've had a back injury for like 14 years now you've been dealing with. I know I've heard you talk about it personally, but just for the viewers who maybe don't know, what exactly happened and how really has that affected you?
Yeah, so I came in as a freshman. I was a starter, played every game. I was about halfway through the season, played forward, and the defender was behind me. The ball was in front of me. She kicked my legs, not the ball, and I landed straight on my tailbone. I was about, I would say, 5 yards from the sideline, and I literally had to army crawl myself off. And I redshirted my junior year, tried to come back my senior year, and then ended up never playing again. So I was there for 4.5 years, and I played a semester of soccer. It's been quite the challenge. If you guys know, I did high rocks in March, and that was a complete disaster. It was a complete disaster because of my back. I knew I was going to have issues. It flares up every once in a while. It's my tailbone. But the thing is, to me, is that I'd never want it to stop me from doing anything that I love. Like, I can't play soccer anymore. I can't do any certain kind of movements, but I can go lift. I can go run. I can do everyday thing. And like, if I can deal with just a little bit of pain, like, so be it.
Yeah, that's extremely motivational to hear. Like, for somebody that goes through that and does have that pain still, and you're still showing up for yourself and you still love fitness and you're diving into it, I think that's amazing.
Yeah, and I know people are always like, well, listen to your body. And I do listen to my body. Trust me, I take rest days. We went on a run one day and I was like, no, I can't do this. I'm like limping everywhere. But it's about resting versus kind of using it as an excuse. And I've always tried to find ways to just deal with it regardless of how bad the pain is.
You said sometimes. FK the excuses.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do it.
She did.
Love that. That's our girl.
Okay, we're on to K. K for Kelby. What's up, guys? Okay, a little bit about me. I grew up in a small town outside of Fort Worth called Granbury, very small farm town. My parents still live there. My sister lives there. They ask me like every day when I'm going to move back. Quite literally never. It's cute. It's a cute little town. I always say it's great to visit. It's a little lake town. Super cute. But yeah, I would say growing up, my childhood was fairly normal. Although my parents did have a 30-year age gap, and I could probably dive way into that later on. You guys will find out more. It's an interesting dynamic to grow up with. But other than that, I feel like my childhood was fairly normal. It was great. I got to my teens and I was like, I got to get out of here. I got to go hit the big city, guys. So I ended up going to school about 4 hours away at Texas State. Didn't know what I wanted to do. You know, I just knew that I wanted to be away from the family and kind of explore life on my own. So at first I was like, I'm going to be an accounting major, right? Like I totally give accounting major, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Accounting assistant.
First thing I thought when I saw you, I was like, that is
She knows numbers.
She's going to do my taxes.
Yeah. So like, you know, after a year, I was like, this isn't going to cut it. I can't do accounting. I don't even think I even got into like my accounting classes yet. I just like let it sit for my freshman year and I was like, not happening. So then I went finance. So I was like, I can do finance though. What does that mean?
Still
it's like
money.
Finance.
Guys, what's wrong with me? Yeah. So I'm like, tried that out for like a semester and I was like, let's go marketing. Marketing's so much more my thing, guys. So fun. Get a marketing degree if you don't know what to do. Like marketing is so fun to learn about.
Or as a minor.
Or as a minor even. Yeah, it's such a great thing to have in your back pocket. So I did that, graduated with my marketing degree, somehow then fell into an agency job as well, a staffing agency, which what a crazy, crazy industry it is, guys. Like very cutthroat. You wouldn't think so on the outside, but very cutthroat, very hard. Had a lot of great memories and a lot of very interesting ones. But yeah, did that for a few years. Worked for a few different large tech companies, kind of sourced a lot of their management roles, and then decided it was fun, but it's not my passion. I wanted to go into fitness or content creation. So that led me here into FK Body and meeting these amazing women. And somewhere in there, Andrew fell into it. You know, now I'm married, but yeah, that's me.
I love that. Okay, so when was it that you were like, okay, I can't do this whole corporate thing anymore?
Day one, I figured that out. Yeah, day one, I was like, girl, you got to figure something else out. I just didn't know what it was. And I feel like so many people are in that same space. You know, like you realize I'm not meant for this office job. I'm not meant to sit at a desk 24/7. And it's just figuring out what you are meant to do. And that takes time. And that took me about 7 years. But yeah.
At least you had that going while you were figuring out what you wanted to do.
100%. So the thing with content creation that's so great is you can do that alongside having your full-time corporate job. So I did that for like, a year and a half, 2 years before I really made the switch.
That's awesome.
How did fitness come in? Like, at what point did you decide, like, because that's a big part of it too. You're not just in content.
Oh my gosh. And trust me, I was the opposite of what I am today with fitness. Like I was eating fast food every day. I was not going, the gym didn't even know who I was. I didn't know the gym was, didn't know who I was. My life was completely different. I was living at the bars, whatever, until honestly, thank God for Andrew, because when he came into my life, he's very health and fitness oriented. So he was like, girl, like you should maybe like go lift some weights. And I'm like, no. And so finally I'm like, whatever. So I do it. And then I'm like, wait, I feel like a completely different person. Then I start really diving into, what am I eating, cleaned up my diet, and just getting so far into the, like, how far can you take your health stuff? And then that's whenever
it's literally a snowball effect. You 100%. Feel like that little thing and you're like, oh,
wait, this is great.
You're like, oh wait,
build on it.
I can
and then
feel
you're
like
then you're just like, it's
a lifestyle, baby.
Yeah,
it really is. And that's I feel like people don't look at it as a lifestyle. They're kind of like almost like a chore,
a diet, or like it's something that's like a get rich quick scheme thing is what most people think it is, but diet form.
But as they always say, good things take time.
Yeah.
And once you get to that point, you're like, I'm never quitting this.
If you can do it long enough to feel what everyone's talking about when they say it feels so much better to be healthy, then like, and I think that's kind of why we didn't have as much fun as we could have in Vegas. I mean, we did not have fun. We just are learning how to have a different kind of fun. But I think it's because all of a sudden
you understand like the difference of treating your body a certain way with certain foods and then the other way.
Didn't you also say like, because Andrew's big into hiking and stuff, isn't he?
Huge, yeah.
So
we both love to hike.
All of a sudden you were going on trips that you were like, wait a minute.
Oh my gosh, wait, no, I remember. Yeah, he like the first trip he ever invited me on was out to the lake, and all of his friends, I get there, they're like all jacked and they're like ready to go hiking and like do all these activities. And I'm like, guys, I need to take a nap. Like, what are we doing? We have climbed 20 miles by 8 a.m. Yeah, I'm like, where's my drink? Guys, I need a mimosa.
You're like, cool, now we're going to gondola down, right?
Who's I literally, like, I remember calling my mom on this trip and I'm like, Mom, this is never going to work. This is so not my type. And then here we are. And I'm like, I can't wait to go on the next hike and go run 20 miles and like do everything.
You got into trail running. Like at the beginning of this year, you're like, we're going to go on a 6-mile trail run.
Very casual, very casual. Yeah.
But it's just you never think you'll get to that spot. Like that spot in life until you actually just like take the chance.
Throw yourself into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you could end up loving it. Yeah. And it's the best thing ever. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It changes your life. Changes your life completely.
That's our instructor. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Well, we got another instructor here too. Yeah.
Hey. Okay. So my life has not been conventional at all. Not even in like, I don't even think that there's been a two-year stretch of time that's been conventional. I was born in Germany. I lived there until I was like 8 years old. And then my mom, she's American. She like ran off with a German man. That's how I ended up there.
I love stories.
So I don't speak German anymore. So that's the first question I get. I don't speak German anymore. Don't ask me. I could probably learn again, but I haven't, clearly. So we moved back to Texas. That's where my mom's from. And I've lived probably everywhere in Texas, just about. I went to high school in McKinney. I lived in West Texas for a little bit. Lived in Houston for a little bit. That's actually where I met Chad. Houston's also where I got into teaching fitness. I've had like every job as well. I've been in the retail space. I worked at med spas for a little bit. Somebody in Midland had me like managing their office. That couldn't have been a good idea, but I did it.
Hi, this is Suzanne.
Yeah, I mean, that job
Wait, what did you say?
I taught like old people how to use flash drives all day long. That's pretty much what I did at that job. But so in one of my little side quests that I've been on my whole life, I was a personal assistant for a woman that owned a studio in Houston. And that's when she encouraged me. She was like, oh my gosh, have you ever thought about teaching? And I was like, no, but, but I'm down for every side quest. So I started teaching and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with hearing everybody's stories when they it clicks and they want to be healthy. And I fell in love with, helping people fall in love with movement. So that is how I got into fitness. And I also met Chad while I was in Houston. So that's kind of where I feel like my life as where it is today started. But yeah, that's me.
How did you and Chad meet in Houston?
We met on Bumble.
Sponsored by Bumble.
Yeah, sponsored by Bumble. Actually, the woman, I was her personal assistant. We actually also met on Bumble. So I was on Bumble BFF because I didn't have any friends in Houston. And she became my boss. And then I also met Chad. He was the first date I went on in Houston, which is wild.
Now you're married.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't start dating like immediately, but he was the first date I went on. And I think I was also the first date he went on in Houston.
So did you delete
So you
your
weren't
app
on
together?
Bumble for very long.
No, I stayed on.
Like, yeah, right.
I was gonna say, did you guys get together and be okay, 1, 2, 3, we're deleting the app?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
No. It was like a year process of us deciding that we wanted to be together and date. And
You use Bumble for a job and a husband?
I didn't realize I was using it for a job. I really didn't. I was trying to just like find people to hang out with. And there's everybody's like, oh my God, the dating apps suck. The dating apps suck. They do. But sometimes you can get lucky and meet somebody. And I think it's the same, like Bumble BFF was the exact same trash selection of people that is Bumble Date. And like, just to give you an example, that this girl that I met on Bumble BFF while I was in Houston literally was texting me while I was getting engaged in London and was like, fine, if you don't want to hang out, like I get it. And people are weird. People are weird across the spectrum of things. Like
The internet's a crazy
Bumble
place.
BFF was just
I would
as weird as
honestly,
Bumble Date.
I think I would be more scared to meet someone off Bumble BFF than Bumble Date.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I could. Yeah,
I don't know why, but I'm getting that vibe.
Yeah,
I would be a little scared.
honestly, the Bumble BFF was like just as awkward, but I met Ashton that way. So
Yeah, and that's the best. And look at you now, thriving.
Exactly.
Thriving
Yeah.
in Dallas, baby.
So anyway, Bumble. Ooh, sorry, sponsor me.
Well, okay, I have many questions
yeah.
that I think are popping up. Wait, go Chelsea.
No, I was gonna say I want to hear all this. Like you were at an agency, you were at an agency. I want to hear the tea
It is
because I never
it's
was in an
crazy.
agency. I just went straight to.
Okay, do you guys know what recruiting is? Like
Yes.
what it is? Like
I've heard, like,
headhunting?
I feel like some people don't though.
Yeah,
so
they don't know what it is. Okay, so you're selling a service. You're selling people at the end
100%.
of the day. So for me, for instance, I was like on a very tech specific team. I had specific roles that I would target, right? You would use the internet to find these open roles. And maybe you already had pre-existing relationships with these bigger tech companies. Could be if your company has been around for a long time, or you would have to go and create those relationships yourself. So it's like a whole, like you're a detective online. You have all these tools to like find people's phone numbers and emails and everything. So you find the job, right? Then you find the company. From the company, you go figure out who is in charge of this job, who's hiring for this job. You find all this person's info, you call them and you pitch them a candidate that you think might be good, right? You're like, hey, and you have like maybe 30 seconds to like get everything out there. And most of the time they hang up on you or they're just nasty and they're mean. And it's like a very humbling experience, a very humbling job. But for the most part, you're cold calling all day, right? You're calling all these different companies, trying to get in touch with the right person. Hey, sometimes it sticks. They want to set up a meeting with your candidate. Then it's like, great. Then you have to get all these other people involved until you kind of climb the ladder.
And
Yeah, go.
one
Jump
of
in.
the strangest things too is how agencies make money.
Oh my God. They make money off of you. They're little like bitches for like a
explain
long time.
how it works. Yeah.
So you have a manager, you're on a team, right? So say you place this candidate at a company, everything goes well, the interviews go well, they want to hire this person, they make an offer. Say the base salary is $130,000. Your company would make 20% of that. Do I see a dime of that? Absolutely not. No. My manager would get commission, some sort of commission, maybe, I don't know what the exact number was, but he would get commission from that placement. So the company would get 20% of the base salary. Manager would get a percentage of that.
So did you guys ever recruit hourly? Because that's okay.
Oh, like some like temp work.
All we did was
some.
hourly, and we did get commission. Ours was so we had a $28,000 salary. I'm pretty sure in the beginning.
Yeah. Okay, so mine was too, but we had to wait until I made a certain amount of deals, then you start getting commission.
Okay.
So it's like once I made like 8 placements, then you start getting commission off.
So how my agency how we made money is they would say a certain big company would be like, hey, we can offer this person $80 an hour. So what our job was to do, and I think this is so slimy, and one of the reasons I left, is that you would have to see how low of a rate this candidate would accept the job at, and the spread in between that is what your company got.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's a lot of going back and forth.
What your company got, but what did you get personally?
Oh, and then you got 15% of that or something. Yeah.
So you're just lowballing all these.
Oh yeah, it's a massive billion-dollar industry.
Oh my gosh,
it's insane.
There's managers and managers. The highest person gets like so much commission, but at the end they're not really doing any of the work.
Yeah, they always say the higher up you are, the less work you.
Yeah, and the more money you make. Yeah. It's insane.
It's like an MLM.
Basically,
yeah.
and mind you, too, you're in a room full of it's like college 2.0. Like everyone is like 30 and under, maybe 35 and under. Like everyone is 35 and under, and like alcoholics. Everyone is an alcoholic.
Everyone. Okay, so mine specifically where I worked at is currently trending on social media. I'm sure you've seen it. I'm not going to name any names. And I do, first and foremost, before I talk about it, want to say I did have a lot of great memories there. I met one of my bridesmaids there who is my best friend. And I think I did learn a lot of amazing skills at this company. However, there's nothing wrong with me saying what actually did happen as long as these are true facts. And this did happen. So some of the reasons that my company is trending right now. So like Francesca said, a lot of these places, it's like everyone under 30. It's like you're literally just getting out of college. You have no idea what you're doing. So we go to this job. They're like, first and foremost, they're like, okay, well, you're required to wear heels. Technically illegal. You can't.
You're cold calling.
It can only be legal as long as
you're come into your office though.
You're cold calling in an office. Yeah. No one came into our office really.
We had
no.
companies in our office.
Guys, we didn't even have a cubicle. It was a desk like this with dividers, and we were just sitting like
severance.
I was sitting right beside my director. There was no offices. Like you were sitting by the director,
everyone on the same
manager,
floor.
Everyone on the same floor.
Like an open pit. That's how ours was too.
Open pit. I walk in. I'm like so hungover every day because I'm 22, and then I'm like sitting by my director, and I'm like, you get yelled at if you're like leaning back in the chair, like doing the simplest things. But like I remember, so we're required to wear heels to go sit in an office all day. One day, my friend wears these Gucci slides, which like it's Gucci slides. Like those are more expensive than any heels that we're seeing in the office right now. She gets roasted and toasted. You cannot wear those. Like wear your heels to go sit at your desk all day. Insane.
That is insane.
So that's just a little tip of the iceberg there. And then another reason that it's kind of blowing up right now is there was something called a start dance. So like Francesca explained, our job is to get people a job essentially. And so whenever we get someone a job, that's a great thing, right? You think like, oh, you'll be rewarded. You'll get like a little pat on the back, maybe some cupcakes. No, instead what they do is they force you to stand in front of the entire office who you just met a few weeks prior. You don't know these people. It's men. There's some men over the age of 30. They have their cameras out. They're recording you and they go, okay, now dance. And some people had an okay dance. Some people got to dance to Jingle Bell Rock, and people like me got to dance to my humps. So yeah, it's a little bit different for everyone. And they have you out there, and you're like, what the hell am I doing? And they make you dance for like a minute, 2 minutes long.
That's intense.
100% hazing. So that got canceled in
like
2020.
My company, we didn't do a dance, but we had to pick like a deal song, and then we had to be like, woo, and then we had to go high five each other. It was so cringy.
See,
but like,
I would take that over the dance.
No, 100%. But like we would do power hours like in the middle of the day. Like we would get iced in the middle of the day. Like everyone's just like drinking. We're like drinking at like 12 on a Friday. We would do power hours where like we're just like drinking, like literally like a power hour, and we're doing cold calls to see how many people can get like to the next level 100%. In the cold call while you're like so sloshed.
Did you guys have to have like a certain amount of calls a day?
Yes.
Yeah, 50 or something, 50, 100.
Yeah, and then you have to like for the quarter, you have to have like a certain amount of calls for the quarter. Yeah, no, it was crazy. There would be times like, so like we would get rewarded like when we would make deals and stuff. Like there'd be like a high performers club, and they would take us out to dinner, and the like execs would come in from like our big offices in like New York or like Philadelphia and stuff, and they would all take us out to dinner. We'd get dressed up really nice. They'd get us like so completely fucked up, like shit faced, and then like we'd be at work the next day like fighting for our lives, like hungover, like totally. We'd have to leave, and then they'd be so pissed, like they weren't the ones that like fucked us up so bad. It was crazy. But again, crazy stories, but it is a job that like you learn a lot of things. And I think that if you can do recruiting, you can do anything. Like you can go into so many different like lanes because they teach you how to negotiate contracts, salaries, your cult. Like if you can, take the, like getting rejected in a cold call so many times.
But it's also like there are
You can do
people that can
anything.
go the complete 180 with that kind of job and just kind of go off the rails.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, the people that are successful in that job are off the rails. They're insane. They have no time. You know, they're always on the phone, and they're crackheads is what they are. They're damn crackheads because they're always working. And
Oh yeah. So that's the thing. There is the opportunity to make a ton of money in that job. It's just it is a very hard way.
Like worth it.
Yeah, you can make $1 million. It's the hardest way to make $1 million.
Agree.
There's way easier ways. Yeah. So that's the only thing. But yeah, plenty of other things. You can go look up.
Wait, let me just
the
tell you one
agency
thing.
training. Yeah.
My MD, one of my MDs, because we would it's a very high turnover job too. Some people just cannot take
sure.
it. They leave.
What's an MD?
Like our managing director.
Okay.
So one of our MDs came. He was actually got promoted from like another office and like moved to Dallas to be our MD. Anyway, he got fired because he was Teams messaging girls at 3 a.m, like sexually harassing them.
Not teens.
Not teens. You'd think maybe he would text them.
Come on.
Yeah, but that's just the type of environment it is. And this guy made a shit ton of money because he was good at his job, but like a weirdo. Like that's just like the environment that you're in all the time. So anyway.
I feel like it's just such a common story. Yeah.
It is. I bet you there's so many other people. If you worked in an agency,
Let us know.
your craziest story that happened, please, because we could go on a whole episode about
I'm traumatized that I didn't even work there.
I know. I'm like, be glad. Be glad. It's fine.
No, thank you.
Okay, speaking of first jobs and careers, Chelsea, how long have you been at your job?
I started there in 2016. I was 23 years old, so about 10 years. I started on Halloween. So when you show up to a corporate office and everybody's just in costumes all day, I'm like, what do you guys actually look like? It was kind of wild, but it's a great place to work. But speaking of that, I do have an announcement. I am no longer working corporate.
Our girl's retired. Retired.
It was also very terrifying. This is something I have been on the fence about for about, I would say, 2 years. It's been a dream of mine to like, once I started content in 2020, I was always like, oh, I admire these girls that are doing it full time. I'm like, maybe one day. Like, it wasn't like, and then it slowly was like, okay, this is slowly becoming a reality. And then I wanted to do it last year. And I'm so glad I waited. I'm so glad I waited. And I felt it in my bones this year. And I was like, you know what? I really have to do it. And I know when people watch this, the first thing they'd be like is, why on earth would you leave the corporate world?
Yeah.
And I think we all grew up in a generation where we have parents that worked that 9 to 5. They didn't have social media. It's like, oh, you're going to stay at this company. You're going to work a 9 to 5. That's how you're going to make your money. And I think 2025, you can make money no matter what you do. There's a way to make it. And I was just to the point where the job, don't get me wrong, everybody always asks, I work for AAA. I worked for them for 10 years. Great company. I left on such good terms. I cannot say enough good things about them. It had nothing to do with the job. It was just time for me to take a leap on myself. And I just felt like I was missing out on life. Like you guys were doing stuff. All my other friends were doing stuff. And I was just
On a Monday,
well,
randomly.
I gotta work. I gotta sit on my laptop. Like even though I work from home, and that's what you mentioned earlier, like having a corporate and then doing content on the side. And that's what I was so blessed to be able to do is work a full-time job from home while also building what I love on the side.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where it's like, well, my real job is my side hustle. And like, this is like, this is my real job. And it wasn't fulfilling me. I think it came down to, it wasn't fulfilling me. I would go to my desk and I was just like, I cannot, like, I'm so stressed. I'm not stressed, but it's just like, I hate this.
You don't want to feel that way when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah. And it's like Monday morning, I'm like, I got to go sit at my desk and it's like answer to other people. And like now just like, I think it's so important what it comes down to for anybody that is like scared to do something new. And like, this is the biggest decision I have ever made in my entire life. I grew up with anxiety as a kid. Like I was always wanting to be comfortable. And I was just like, you know what? Let's just do it. It's not a forever thing. You can always go back. It's just something that I wanted to do for myself.
Yeah.
And it has been about 2 weeks now. And it's just been so great. It's just been being able to do what I love 24/7 is the opportunities are now endless.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
I was
I'm
going to
so proud of
say,
you.
first
I
off,
was so
congrats.
scared.
I feel like that is everyone's goal in life, is to be able to do something they're so passionate about and something they love. And you grinded through it. And just like you said, you did the content creation alongside with working a full-time corporate job. Something I hear all the time is people don't have time to post the content while they're working full-time corporate. How did you
They
do
always
it?
would ask me, how did you do it? How did you do it? And it's just like, I think like time, or what is called habit stacking, and also time blocking. Time blocking was the biggest lifesaver for me. I knew in the morning I needed at least 4 to 5 hours of just strictly my job. That's why I would wake up early, because that's where my morning routine really changed everything for me, because it was the 3 hours of the day that I was able to get up, go work out, have my breakfast, just literally a time to myself before the day started, because I knew I have a corporate job and I also have content on the side. So it's like in the morning was corporate, then I would edit on lunch, and then I would do a little mix of both in the afternoon, and then in the evening it would be strictly content. And I would just do that for a year and a half now, really, is when it really got to where it is now. And it's just, I've always said, you will always do the things that are a priority to you and the things that you really want to get done. And that's why everyone's like, how do you get it all done? It's like,
Because you want
they always
to.
say the busiest people are the ones that text you back the fastest. It's
Yeah.
because they know, like, they know how to prioritize things. And it's like, you're never too busy for the things that you truly want to do.
Sure.
And that's why I had to just kind of like, yes, there were days where I was completely overwhelmed and I was just like, what am I doing? But I'm so glad I stuck it out and I made the decision. I was just like, it's time. It's just, I felt it. It, and I was just ready to do something new, because I was so comfortable in that job. And I knew I was slacking off on it because my heart wasn't there, and it was just somewhere else.
It was time.
Yeah.
It was time. Yeah.
It's definitely time.
I will say too, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I also was so anxious before I
Yeah,
quit my
because you
job
quit
too.
yours, you quit yours.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I also had the luxury of working from home, so it was nice, but I was like teaching at my craziest, busiest time. I was teaching 14 classes and also working corporate.
yeah, I remember you would like log in and then you would take a class at Wesley. You would have to teach at Wesley and then you'd have to go back to work.
And
Yeah.
not just
Yeah,
any
it's
classes,
crazy.
but like classes where you're getting sweaty.
Classes
like,
where I'm getting
yes.
sweaty.
And like physically
Hop on
exerting yourself.
A meeting on my phone really quick, leave it on. Like it was crazy. And then it got to a point where like, okay, things like I will say like with COVID and just like the job, it was like it had its ebbs and flows where like it was busy, then it wasn't. So like when it wasn't busy, it was chill. Like I could kind of figure out my stuff out and still get my work done in a good amount of time. But when it started to get busy, that's when I told Kelby, I was like, girl, I'm going all in on FK. I can't do this
like,
anymore.
like, literally-
You quit a year ago. Look at your life now. You quit at the beginning of this year. Look at your life now. Like
Yeah.
that's where I'm like, you guys inspire me. All of you inspire me so much to like full blown do this stuff that I
Do what you
love.
love.
And you guys are
And in a
inspiring
year,
me.
Look where I'm gonna. I always said to myself, like beginning of, I was like, I'd rather say fuck it than what if. Like
Totally. Yeah. Totally.
Like you can always go back, but it's like I don't want to live my life saying, what if I did that? What if I did this? Instead of like, I'm so glad I want to look back and be like, I am so glad I did this.
Exactly.
Well, and also when you say like it wasn't always fun, like I think that's another thing that you have to realize is that it's not always going to be fun. And like these things that you say like this is my hobby, and you want it, you know the end goal, but like the hobby is not always going to be fun.
Yeah.
But like you have to stay consistent, or else like
You have to do the hard work and you have to grind through the stuff that really matters to get you to where you want to be. That's what it comes down to the simplest things. Like I know there's a video on YouTube where it's like, start your day every day by making your bed, because if you make that little decision, even if you hate making your bed, it sets the tone for the rest of the day. If you do one little task, then the next you're just going to continue that throughout the day.
it's horrible, but it's true. I started making my bed. I started making my bed because I was like,
Like when
this
you
is
walk
stupid.
into your
There's no
bed
way,
at the, like
no
in
way
the middle of the
that
day and
this
it's
makes
like unmade, you're just kind of like, ugh, like gross.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's so true.
But
It's so
also
mental.
like the little things like that. And I think when you're in a cycle where you're getting up, waking up 30 minutes before you have to be at your job, quickly getting ready, going to that job, working at that job that you don't care about for 7 hours.
You're on
of
a
your
hamster
day.
wheel.
You're on a hamster wheel,
That's
and
how
you
I felt at
don't
times.
have time for yourself. So I think sometimes it's hard to figure out like what it even is that you want to do, because you're on a hamster wheel. You're on this somebody else's clock. And it's easy to get into that place, because when I was working so my job that I had before this was I was at a med spa, and I was on that hamster wheel of like not getting out of bed until like I had to get out of bed to get ready for work, going to work. And then teaching was my side hustle for a long time. So I would teach and then there was no time for myself. There was no time for myself. So
That's
getting
how
up
I felt. It was
early,
just
like even if
You'll
even
never feel fulfilled,
you know,
fulfilled like
and
that.
my
ever.
brain was just constantly at 100 miles an hour the second I woke up to the second I went to bed, and it was just like, okay, I can't keep
You're
doing
glowing
this.
lately, Chelsea.
Yeah,
You know,
you look so good.
you just have this like
Retired
lightness to
queen.
you. It's so
You know, the
so nice.
retirement life.
Would you highly recommend retirement?
Yes, I think because I know that there's always going to be people that say something about it, and at the end of the day, this is my life, and this is something that I'm doing for myself because I know it's going to put me somewhere that I've never been. And yes, that's scary. The unknown is always scary, but I've been doing this job for 10 years, and there's nothing that I didn't want to climb the corporate ladder. I didn't want to go into management. I didn't want to do this, and I'm like, I worked so hard at this thing on the side. Why am I not taking the chance on it that I've worked on it for 5 years? Like,
Yeah.
what am I going to lose?
And you know yourself. You know you have like the discipline and the structure to like work on it
Yes.
every single day. So it's like, yeah, why not take that? Like you're going to work at it. So
Yeah.
It gives me more time to do the things I love,
And it presents
show up
you more
for the,
opportunities that,
people
like, you're
online
excited
that I
about.
want to like show up for. And there's so many things that I want to do, and it's like that little thing was holding me back. So it's like, why keep holding on? Like, it's going to continue to drag me back. And I'm like, sitting here about to be in my mid 30s. I can't continue to just like be on the hamster wheel.
Yeah.
And I'm
okay.
so
I
glad.
wanted to ask you, when you told us, I remember the day that you told us you were going to tell your parents. You were really
yeah.
nervous. But I feel like your presence on social media is established. It's not like you were somebody that was not yet making money on social media and you were just going for it.
Yeah.
Like you already had
No,
that.
exactly. And I think I just have like such a close relationship with my parents and my family. And my dad was at his company for 35 years. Like he was there basically until he had to move jobs for his last 2 years. When he retired on his birthday this year.
No way.
And then
You guys should have a joint retirement
Y'all
party.
should have a joint retirement
That would be
party.
so fun.
I know. And so I was,
He's going to be like,
just-
don't steal my thunder.
I was like, sorry, Dad. Proud of you. It's just like, I was just so terrified because I know everybody has that feeling you don't like to have like a bad response or like, especially your loved ones, when you go to tell like your parents, the people that raised you, and like saying like, hey, like I'm quitting the one thing that like is technically job security. And I was so terrified. I remember I was like, I had to go get something from my parents, and I didn't want to text them because I don't want to be like, hey, like I want to tell you guys something, and then my mom's gonna freak out. Well, what is it? So I show up to the house, and I'm barely in the door, and I am like, I'm hyperventilating. I'm like, I'm about to start crying. And my mom's like, what's wrong? I was like, I have to tell you guys something. I just like, I can't just like sit here and be like, hey, like how's the week? And they're like, okay, come on, what's wrong? And then I smiled a little, and my mom's like, okay, what is it? And I was like, so I think I'm going to put my 2 weeks in at the end of the year for AAA. And they're like, okay. They're like, why are you freaking out? They're like, what? Like, my mom was more excited than, like, she was like, oh, this is great. Like, it's not like you're married. You don't have a house mortgage. You don't have like debt that you have to pay off. Like, you don't have, like in the olden days, if you wanted to start a business, you have to take out a massive loan. I'm not taking out a loan. Like, I'm just like doing full time what I'm already doing. Yeah. And she's like, I'm so excited for this. Like, I can't wait for you to come over. We can do content together.
That was my mom when I told her I was quitting my job. She's like, so we can hang out more now? We'll have more time to spend together? I'm like,
Exactly. And they were like, well, this, if it was like 2 or 3 years ago, we would have questioned it. But like, you proved to yourself that like you can do this. And like, you've always been like this. You've always been so self-motivated, and like, we're proud of you. Like, I was like, okay, thanks. I was like, okay, I just thought you were going to be really mad at me. I was like, the 13-year-old in me.
And then
is
after
like,
that,
still,
you probably like you just felt so rude.
and I was like, okay, well, this
is exciting. Yeah.
Like, and then I was able to just be like, okay, and they'll call me like, my mom's like, so can I come over? Like, what do you want to do today?
She's living her best life.
Yeah, so I love it. It's like also like when you worry about things that aren't going to happen, you're basically putting yourself through it twice. And it's like, I'm a bad habit of like worrying about that stuff, but I think it's always just really important to do the things that scare you. And I did the thing that scared me, and as of right now, it's been the best thing I've ever done for myself.
Oh yeah.
It's a weird feeling, but like I am so freaking excited for the next year.
We are so proud of you.
Thanks, guys. So excited
And
too.
it's literally the perfect time to do it because it's a new year
Yeah.
now. And I think with the new year, you can really dive into your content and stuff. And I think with the new year also comes new challenges.
Yes.
And speaking of challenges, I know that Suzanne and Chelsea both are really big into those challenges online. So I'm curious because I want to join in. Do you guys have anything coming up for 2026?
Yeah, Suzanne.
We're doing the Tone Up 30 again.
Okay, what is that?
It's basically, so let me tell you how I got this idea. Chelsea was doing 75 hard and I was like, I can't do that. So what can I do?
And no, I am not doing 75 hard again.
I wanted to do a challenge. 75 days was just like, whew, I'm not going to commit to that. So I was like, let me take this challenge for 30 days. And I feel like I'm jumping all over the place, but I want to start by saying I started actually counting my protein for the first time in my life. And I've taught fitness for 6 years. This was the first time that I actually saw changes in my body that were like insane. And I was like, okay, people have to know about this. Like this was such an easy like this was not difficult for me to do. I mean, there were some days I was like, oh, I don't want to eat more, but in the grand scheme of things compared to like other fitness things that you can do, like it was kind of the easiest step to take. And the results I saw were insane. So the biggest thing with the Tone Up 30 was hitting a protein goal. Mm-hmm. For 30 days, every single day you hit a protein goal that's either 100 grams of protein or 1 gram per pound of your body weight. And then I incorporated other things like the 75 hard thing. So 2 workouts a day. They don't have to be the hardest things you've ever done in your life.
No, and that's like, I think when people ask me about 75 hard, any type of challenge, they're like, oh, they think a workout is like, I got to go to the gym and I have to lift so heavy. I have to go on a 45-minute run. Go for a walk. Do some yoga. Do like any type of movement is movement. Like that is a workout.
Mm-hmm. I think when I think of 75 hard, I think of 75 hard as more of like a challenge for somebody that's already considers themselves like kind of an athlete and like a big fitness
It's
junkie.
also more of a mental toughness. It's considered a mental toughness program.
Right. It's not like let me try to get into fitness.
Yeah.
And I think that's more of what this is. Like, I think
I agree.
the Tone Up 30 it's 30 days. You are committing to movement and you're committing to making movement a priority for 30 days. You're also incorporating that food goal of the protein goal. Other than that, we're not counting calories. We're not doing anything like that.
No junk food.
No junk food.
No
No
alcohol.
alcohol.
And that's a whole other topic, alcohol, that we could get into, because I feel like first time I did 75 hard, that was the longest I had ever not drank since I started like drinking in college. And I changed my complete outlook on alcohol. And I think if you can do it for 30 days, you'll see a huge difference in your body, your face, just like everything about you.
It's like 21 days just to create a habit, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And if you think about it, 30 days is not long at all. It goes by so fast.
It goes by so fast. I also think the big switch for me with alcohol was the first time that I went to a social gathering and I was in this 30 days of no drinking, and I realized that I could have fun without drinking, and that it's really just a mindset thing, and the
Fake it till
friends
you
that
make
are
it.
counting your drinks and the friends that are like encouraging you to drink even though you said that you're not drinking, just
Are
get
they
rid
your
of those
friends?
people. Yeah. Like push those people off to the side, because it is like now drinking doesn't feel like it's like I have to or I don't have to. It's just like kind of whatever I feel that
because
day.
it's like, okay, I don't like, if any of you were like, I don't, cool, I'm here to hang out with you, not your drink. Like I'm here to hang out with you, and it shouldn't matter if you have a drink or not in your hand.
But yeah.
I'm curious. You said you noticed a ton of changes within your skin, your body, and you say that's because of not drinking. So like
No alcohol.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't look tired. You have like this brightness to your face. Like you can, if you look at pictures, take a picture of yourself on day one, take a picture of your face, take a picture of your body. Yes, some of them are unflattering, but that's why they do it for 75 hard, as a progress photo every single day. Because you can, yes, day to day things do not change, but after you form these habits, you will see that change. And I mean, just when we did it in September, I saw such a massive difference in just like the inflammation goes down, you sleep better, you are more clear, like mentally. You just, in my face, like just slimmed down. I just looked more alive. It's crazy what it does to you.
Yeah.
And it's not only the extra calories that you're consuming, and I know I said we're not counting calories, but it is, if you do have a fitness goal, like the empty calories, they do matter a lot. And so it's the calories of having a drink, which are a lot, and then also just like all of the other side effects of alcohol that are not good for you.
Yeah, because if you drink and you drink too much, then the next day it throws off your whole routine. You're not feeling good, and then your appetite's just completely fucked up, and you're just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go get fast food, or I'm just gonna eat this because it's the only thing that sounds good.
Yeah.
And I always say, like, people say being in a routine is hard. Getting back into that routine is even harder.
Yeah.
So it's like when I lose track on my routine, it's so hard for me to like get back into the gym or get back into my routine. I think that's so much harder than showing up every single day.
So Tone Up 30 days.
30. You can either start January. I'm starting January 1st because I'm
gonna start
OCD.
the
and
first.
I'm going to do it with you guys too.
Yeah.
Are you going to do it, Kelby?
January 1st.
And we'll put on, we'll put a tracker out.
Yeah.
For you guys to download and
We're
all the
6
stuff.
days in at this point, but
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to say, like, I
So I hope you guys are doing well.
I didn't grow up doing sports, and I didn't grow up doing all of these things.
Yeah. So what got you into like fitness and health and?
Well, okay, I'll leave that. It was starting to teach in Houston. I'd been working out before that. Even when I was working in the bars, like I would go work out at like 2 a.m.
I just hot to work in a bar.
Yeah. Well, I've honestly always enjoyed working out, but I was never in group sports or anything like that. So the discipline aspect was never there for me. And that's not something that I realized until honestly, like I became friends with you guys and until I started seeing you do 75 hard. And
the good influence came about.
yeah, the good influence came about and influenced me good. But it's changed everything about the way I see myself, the way I respect myself, and the way that like I can get anything done. I've always struggled with actually getting things done, and I like I say, I could stare at a wall all day long and get nothing done, and then go to bed and then wake up the next day and do it all over again. But doing like these fitness challenges, aside from everything like health wise, it's been the biggest change for me to prove to myself that I can have discipline, and it's not just something that I wasn't born with, because
No one's born with discipline.
exactly. Yeah.
You know, yeah. That's what I've always said. It's just showing up little by little. And
You build it.
like I said the other day, I was like, discipline is the highest form of self-love. It's the biggest way that you can respect yourself, because you're basically saying, I want to do this, and I'm actually showing up and doing it. Like you're respecting yourself enough to do the things that you say you want to do, versus saying, oh, I want to look like her, or I want to eat healthier. How do you do it?
Yeah.
Well, if you're asking for motivation, and this is where my tough love, I was like, if you're asking for motivation, you probably don't want it bad enough. You're wanting someone to give you the answers, but no one can make those decisions for you other than yourself. I can't drag you to the gym and just be like, okay, now squat. Like you can't do those things. And it's just like, you can't force someone to eat healthy if they don't want to eat healthy. And it's like, you can be inspired, or you can be just like thrown off by someone because you're like, oh, like, I wish I could look like them. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Like they say, it must be nice. Yeah, it is. Like work harder.
Which, by the way, when people say like discipline, when you say,
But I still love you
when you
guys.
hear anybody say discipline is the highest form of self-love, like if you're in the phase of your life where you're not ready to hear that yet, like it's going to sound so stupid. And I genuinely can't believe that I'm in that club of people, but it feels so good. So if you're at any point like, geez, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the drinking. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the being on
Take
the
it
hamster
one day
wheel.
at a time.
Just try the fitness challenge and see what happens.
Yeah,
It
or
might
just
be
like
pretty cool.
1 week, I'm going to do this small habit, and then once I get through this first week, I'm going to add another habit on top of it.
You could go on 2 walks if you really wanted to.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
go on 2. Start there. Like this
like
is for
higher up
everyone.
wellness. He goes, get your 10K steps a day and high protein. And it's just like the amount of people that just walk and eat healthy.
Exactly.
And
Just
then
start
you
there.
can
Just
build on
start
that.
there. Exactly. You just have to build.
So how can we keep up with you guys during this? Are y'all going to be
Instagram.
posting on Instagram?
I am
socials?
trying to vlog every day
Okay.
and keep it definitely on my stories for sure.
Yeah.
But I would like to post every day about it.
Yes, I'll be posting. It's that the posting the vlogs every day is like,
Yeah, I did it for 75 hard, and I was like, what did I
but
just
I'm
do
gonna
to
get it
myself?
done because I'm disciplined
And
and
we're
I
all
can.
looking. We're all very excited. So
Well, you guys are doing.
Are you gonna do it?
We are.
yeah, we are.
See, you know what? The
I'm
thing
definitely
is,
gonna do
Francesca just lives this.
Yes,
by the way,
she really
This is
does.
just-
She does 2 a days every day.
I do and I don't. So I want to be more intentional with my workouts. So like I know I teach a class, right? And I usually do about 80% of that class when I'm teaching, but the second workout I really want to make for myself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like not maybe not necessarily one of my classes that I'm teaching, right? Maybe it's I'm going to take someone else's class or just getting an hour to myself in the gym, something. But I want to be more intentional with it for sure.
I love it. Any final words? Any inspirational thoughts we want to give for 2026, guys?
What's everyone's word for 2026? If you could say one word.
My word.
Oh gosh, you didn't prep me for this.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, a word? A
Yeah, if you
word.
had one word.
A
it's like,
word. What's a
word?
word? Can you put it in a sentence?
Okay, Chelsea, what's your word?
So for 2025, it was peace.
Okay.
I feel like I did get peace at the very end of the year. I think this year is, I wouldn't say growth. I don't know. Can you come back to me?
I have one. Mine is
idea.
yeah, good idea.
I know.
Okay, mine's going to be balance because I am at a point, and I actually just had some of my really good friends come over the other day, and they're like, "Hey, haven't seen you in forever." And I'm like, "They're like, are you being kicked out of this friend group?" And I'm like, "No, guys, I swear, I'm just like working a lot," which is funny because I know content is my job. But we also have FK Body, and now we've got a podcast, and trying to be a good wife and spend time with my family and take care of my dogs. And I feel like the things just add up, and then you realize that the balance is totally thrown off. So just trying to figure out a better balance for myself and spend my time with the people I love and doing things I love.
Yeah, that's a good one. I feel like you think like you talk about your mom that she's so excited to hang out now, but it's like I'm the busiest I've ever been right now. So get ready.
With socials.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I'm
Busier.
like, I feel like it's like I'm just going to be working all the time, but it's like it's doing what I love. So I don't want to like stop it.
Hey, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day.
What
in
did
your
she say?
life.
Don't love. What is that?
Francesca's the quote girl.
No, there was a TikTok. She was like, "Don't love your job, job your love," or something.
What?
Did you see that?
I don't know if I
Is
like
that English?
Don't love your job.
Job your love.
Job your love.
I
That doesn't
you know
sound
what?
right.
I don't like that.
Doesn't sound right
I
at
feel like
all.
that's something they would tell you at one of these jobs we were
That's
talking
it.
about earlier.
We're getting that on a sign. That's our background. That's what it is.
Fire. Okay, who's next? Word.
Chelsea, I do like growth. I don't
Oh
think.
yeah, I think I just was like, I think I'm going to come back to that. Yeah, growth.
This is the year of growth for you.
Yes, in a different type of way. Yeah, I think I'm ready to just really go full blown on a year of doing what I love and seeing where it can grow.
Yeah.
And where it's going to take me, because I want to see myself in a year from now and be excited and proud of myself for taking this decision.
Love.
Who's next?
Inspiring. I think for me, it's opportunity. Just like saying yes to more things, exploring more things
That's good.
that come my way. And I like the whole balance thing too. I think since I have quit my corporate job, it's been hard to find a balance of like, okay, it's a double-edged sword, right? Like corporate gives you a little bit of structure that like you know how to kind of structure your days, but in another sense, it's like, okay, this is so new for me now, going all in on like physical work. So just finding more of a balance between those things too. So I'm just gonna take all of your little words and use them all together. Myself too. That'll be our team theme. Team theme.
Okay, I think my word is I'm gonna go confidence, because I think that like I feel like I've like known little things of like things that excite me and things that I want to do, but I feel like I haven't trusted myself and been like confident enough to go for them. And so 2026, like she's gonna be confident.
Yeah, she is. Hell yeah, she is.
I love that.
Cheers to
Guys,
that.
why do I sit in the chair like I'm like a 60-year-old man? I've been doing this the entire
I don't know.
episode, I
I've
just
tried
realized.
about 5 different seated. Like I'd like.
Honestly, this one's a good one. Like one leg up. I like this too.
I'm just so straddling.
We need to get those ergonomical chairs.
Wait, let's get the ones that are zero gravity. So you're like upside down.
Those are the
podcast
my
was like
parents
this.
have them.
Podcast
and I'd rather
upside down would be lit.
All right.
Hanging upside down.
Next time you see us, guys, it's going to be upside down podcast. So get ready.
Love it.
Awesome. Well, guys, I'm so
That was
excited.
great.
Are y'all so excited?
I'm so excited.
This is
We've got
such a good year.
We're just getting started.
just
so
getting started.
prepare to be sick of us.
2026 has nothing.
Thanks for
Nothing on
coming.
us.
And guess what? We've got no fucks to give.
Not a single one.
Until next time. Bye, guys. Bye.